Biggest challenge really.
What
What do I mean, right? Is because I think a lot of people feel that like when we are young, like there's a lot of opportunities ahead. Yeah, but I feel that when we are young, it's our biggest challenge. Yeah, because I think some of you seated in the audience, maybe you are looking at me and then you're thinking that like you're only 28. Yeah, and I think that's how a lot of people actually look at me as well, right? And when I first started, I was 21, right? Imagine someone of the age of 21 coming to you, sharing with you a business opportunity. I think, you will slap him left, right, center, right? And then you're thinking like, you sure you know whatever that you're trying to share or not? Right? So I think there's a lot of challenges definitely, right? I think when it comes to my age, when I feel that, because I don't have business experience, I got no network, I got no knowledge, right? And worse still, right, I don't like to study. Right? So if I don't like to study, right, and then you talk about business, right, my perception last time was that a lot of people that run businesses, right, are very well-to-do and, they at least have very, very high education, right? So I think that was something that, have always been my challenge, right? And of course, having that challenge, I realized that a lot of people give the resistance. Some even say that, in Chinese, they say, 我吃盐比你吃的饭多. Yeah, then in my heart, actually,
I eat salt more than
you eat rice. But if you know the amount of rice I eat, right, and you really eat more salt, I think you'll get hypertension. Yeah, so, right? So that was in my heart, honestly. I never go and tell them I never go and tell them if really you eat that amount of salt, right? Yeah. But I never tell them, right? But actually these are the challenges. These are the challenges that we face, when I was much younger, right? And of course, I think, the pressure coming from my family as well, right? I think this is very new to them, right? And definitely, if my family have long done this, maybe I wouldn't be here also. Right? But I think, it is also because of the fact that they worry about me, they care about me, they love me, right? And I think they are always wanting to give the best for me, and that is where I believe the resistance came in also. They were thinking and doubting also. They were thinking that why would you, having so much ahead of you, right? So much time, so much vigor, so much energy, like why would you go and do this thing? Yeah, why you go and do this kind of thing? Right? So at that point of time, I think it was very frustrating. It was very I think it was also very emotional, right? Why? Because I feel that the whole time that, I was trying to fight for my dreams, I was trying to fight for my goal, but I always feel this resistance. Yeah, and I think, I then started to have the pressure, right? I then started to have the pressure that I need to deliver, right? I need to deliver because I need to show them the results, right? So because of that pressure, right, then a lot of doubts started to enter my head, right? So it's like, you can or not, are you sure that you're going to decide to do this, right? For your life, right? Are you sure you're going to make things happen here or not? Like, you sure you can? You sure you can? So with that pressure, right, I started to realize that, wow, like this amount of stress is something that I started to face, right? And I would say that, at that point of time, I was also offered a lot of other opportunities. I think very similar to Sang Yuan, right? She mentioned that she had two very, very amazing opportunities after her graduation. I think likewise for me, I had opportunity cost also, right? It's not that like, I cannot study, then I don't have opportunity. Actually, I do, right? So I'm very grateful because I think, because of my upbringing and all that, right? I gave my very best. So I gave my very best in army, right? And I was offered a scholarship. And honestly, if I accepted that scholarship, I would have been paid 5 to 6 times more, right, than what my peers were making, right, at that point of time, right? But I didn't want that, right, because I didn't want the outcome there also. And of course, there's another opportunity, just as simple as, a business coming to me, asking me to be the appointed director, and they will pay me. They will pay me, and honestly, the pay that they offered at the point of time when I was 22, 23, I think it was very, very well decorated. Like, honestly, if I took on that, I think, I would have led a very meaningful and quite a fulfilling 22-year-old life. Yeah, but I think there was still something missing. Yeah, and I realized that a lot of all this opportunity that was offered to me at that point of time was very time-based, right? So I didn't want to just commit my time, right, in exchange of just, the outcome, because what I saw from my family and what I saw from my parents, they worked very hard, right? But the one thing that I didn't understand, right, was they worked so hard, right, and I believe they did it all for my family, right, all for the family, all for the loved ones, right? But why, in the name of hard work, right, we don't have time with our loved ones, right? And that was something that I realized that I wanted to fight for. Right? I wanted to fight for the time with my loved ones, and that was why, when I came here, I realized that opportunity cost didn't become an opportunity cost, and then I started to realize that the one thing that changed, right, the one thing that entirely changed, right, my paradigm was really, it was a decision, right? It was because I made a decision, right, and I told myself that, stop looking already, right? Stop thinking already. And then I start to realize that no matter your age, no matter your background, no matter whatever that comes your way, right? Actually, all this will no longer be problems as long as you make a big decision, right? And that decision, right, is so firm that you know that no one can shake it. right? And that was something that I started to remind myself, and I asked myself, and at least something that I can be very, very grateful for today, right, is at least, I made that decision. And then after y'all might be wondering, when I make that decision, right, got problems or not? Of course have lah, right? I think because I made that decision, there's even more problems, right? Because I decided that I want to succeed here, I go and meet more people, right? I talk to more people, right? And of course, the challenges that you'll face even more, right? But I think this time I didn't see them as problems. This time I saw them as opportunity, right, to strengthen my heart, right? This time I saw it, right, as opportunities, right, to become stronger, to grow, right? And that was really something that I saw. Yeah, that was really something that I saw, right? And I feel that many times in our life, right, it is because we cannot make that decision, right? We cannot make that decision. But when I told myself that I wanted this, right, I went all the way. And of course, there's still challenges, but of course, it didn't become the problems that we see today, right? And I think moving forth, I think if I can think of challenges, right, there definitely will be many. But I think if I can think of all the blessings that I have here and what are the changes that I have experienced here, definitely it's very a lot of beautiful things that has happened here also lah. Yeah, so that's from me.
Yeah, thank you so much, WenYang. Yeah.